Hey guys, Marsegan here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to take a look at Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Broly. I didn't do a 55% showcase for him, I'm not doing one for the Vegeta as well, but I did want to do a video taking a look at them. They are definitely the two worst units out of the new ones that have released. Broly, honestly, his design is more confusing than anything else, I guess I would say. When you think about all of the things that the other units are doing, and then you look at what Broly's doing, and it just kind of makes you wonder what happened. Like, what happened there is my initial thought when seeing Broly's kit. So, we've got him here with Vegeta, Super Saiyan, Prepared for Battle, Saiyan Raw, and Fierce Battle. He has a Time Traveler's 130 lead. His super attack effect is pretty decent. Raise defense for 4 turns, cause supreme damage to the enemy. When I saw that as like the first thing I saw for the card, I thought, oh, that's pretty good. The raise defense for 4 turns, that means he'll keep all of those stacks on his next appearance. As long as his passive has a bunch of ways for him to get additional supers, he's going to be really good, right? So, key 3, attack and defense 200%. Additional attack and defense 100% when attacking. Launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super, so that's cool. Launches an additional super when facing 2 or more enemies. And then launches another additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super when there is a fused fighters category enemy. So he gets 2... Basically, there are 3 additional supers built into his passive, but one of them is locked to multiple enemies, which is barely any of the events in the game. And then the other one is locked to a fused fighters enemy, which is also very rare. Now, you do have like Fusion Zamasu, who is, you know, one of the toughest bosses in the game at the moment, but Broly is getting a lot of his stats on super, and then he's carrying over a lot of defense to the second turn. But on his first turn, like, the AoE from Fusion Zamasu is not going to be great for him, so it's not like he's designed to be good in there. So we'll see. I gave him mostly additional because I wanted to get those extra supers to build up those extra stacks. And then I gave him crit as the rest. He only has the extra 1 dodge because one of the skill orbs I gave him has 1 dodge on it. But yeah, we'll see how we get on this setup. We are going to get... What have we got? We got 222 defense start of turn. We are going to get a buff when I pick up these orbs as well. So, like, his post-super defense isn't terrible. And then you factor in all the stacks that he can potentially get from his actual super attack effects. It just depends how many supers he does. Is completely... Whether he's good or not, or whether he does well, is going to completely depend on whether he's getting those, like, additional supers or not, right? Speaking of getting additional supers, look at Vegeta just doing his thing. Alright, so Broly, what are we looking at on this turn? 5.7. I think that's the thing that disappoints me the most about this Broly is he's not raising attack on super. So, like, if all he's doing is that he does a big attack stat and then maybe he does a couple of those, I feel like it should be much higher than that, right? Like, even Fu on his best turn is hitting harder than this Broly. Now, he doesn't have a bunch of built-in additionals, but as we saw on this turn, Broly didn't get any additional supers anyway. He only has the one from his passive, which didn't go off, and then he has the one from the Hidden Potential, which didn't go off. So, not exactly the best turn for the boy here, but apparently we had the other Vegeta in slot 7. That's alright. It'd be quite funny, actually, here. We get Goku basically fully built up. Almost from this first turn. In fact, how many times is he getting hit? 3... Well, I think he needs like 1 more, and he dodged, so... But yeah, Vegeta, of course, absolute beast now with his Easy A. Basically, all the units that I wanted floating kind of all ended up on the same rotation, because I want to get Vegeta and Broly floating, because the Super Saiyan 4 Broly, I'll do a separate video talking about his Easy A. I think the Tech Broly Easy A can actually be relatively decent. As long as you're fighting an event where the boss doesn't have AoEs, because he does get, he's another unit that's basically getting all of his defense on super, but he can be okay. Definitely not like crazy. He's not on the top end of the heroes ECAs for this year, I don't think. But I have seen a lot of people act like his ECA is absolutely terrible. I don't think it's quite that bad, but he is, of course, the best link partner for the new BROLY as well. I believe they do share all of the same links, right? They have the same link set, so obviously with Vegito holding down slot 1, having the BROLY in slot 2, and then the tech one in slot 3, he should be looking pretty good. Yeah, the INT Xeno Goku is unfeatured in the banner, so unfortunately it's very tricky to get him, but he is there. Right, we actually got the additional super this time. But that's it, right? If he doesn't, he's probably, unless we get the hidden potential, which we did, okay. But yes, he just does like 5 million super attacks. And, like, I just don't get why his passive is so lackluster compared to everybody else. Like, even if you take away from the fact it's like, yeah, they gave him a couple of different additional supers with different ways to get them. But, like, I don't know what the condition would be, for example. But why doesn't he have something like, you know, guaranteed crit when, or like a certain chance to crit that builds up with each super? Or it could potentially build up to guaranteed crit. Imagine if he had like 20% chance to crit, or 25% chance to crit up to 100 with each super attack performed. Because like all he's doing is damage, and like his damage just like it's not that great, but it's like that's all he's kind of doing. It's very seems very confusing to me, because like Limit Breaker, like Broly's a popular character. Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 is really cool. Loads of people were super hyped for this guy. Yeah, Dokkan just hates Broly. That does almost unironically seem to be. Yeah, greatly raised for 1 turn. Like, give him the 4-turn defense stack, but give him, like, greatly raise attack for 1 turn or something, right? Like, but here we go. I mean, this is going to be a spicy turn, considering he doesn't actually have to take any attacks here either. But, yeah, full link set active. If we get rid of you, then we shouldn't have to worry about... shouldn't have to worry about the tech Broly. So yeah, now we have multiple enemies, so we have an extra chance to get an additional super here. We've got Gogeta holding down slot 1. So even though we've got no support, we do have the full passive active. I keep meaning to check his start of turn defense. I really wish that would come up on screen, like when they super, like the attack stat. Imagine being able to see what defense your character was getting, like if they had raising defense on super and all that. Actually seeing what their defense was when they did the super attack. That'd be so cool. Alright, come on then, Broly. How many super attacks are we getting? Let's see. So 6.1 when he's linked up with the tech one and with no support. That's obviously just, he gets quite a lot of extra from his links there. Then the first super from his passive comes out. And the second one, the chance comes out as well. So can we get the hidden potential too? We do. So 4 supers, 6.1. I mean, like, that's not terrible. But I guess also partially because of my build. We didn't get any crits, so it's not like he did insane damage. And then here comes the Easy A Super Saiyan 4 Broly. Now, obviously, he's an Easy A unit, but yeah, he's doing way more. 9.2 he's up to now. Like, why? Like, because he does raise attack for the turn on Super. Now he's up to 10.6. Like, why is Limit Breaker Broly not doing this? Like, hello? Because yeah, that was pretty good. Right, I don't want to kill him on this turn, but I don't know if that's going to be possible because Vegito do kind of go ham. I could do this actually. Right, Vegito, don't go crazy. Let me see one more Broly turn. Are they holding back on some units with Easy A's in mind later? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, as much as that is a terrible strategy, that's why I wonder if it's like one of the reasons why the stats are low now for the newer units. Because the years when Vegito and Broly came out, the old ones, the Easy Aid, and God Trunks and Mechikabra, they had good, like, comparable stats to other units that were coming out at the time, like Dokkan Fest and stuff. And then they brought out the Limit Breakers, and their stats are considerably lower. And yeah, maybe it's because they realised, like, oh, we're going to be EZAing Vegito and Broly next year, and they're basically going to have LR stats. So, yeah, after that turn where we got all the supers off, we have 500k defense at the start of the turn, which is pretty good. But that's after one of his best turns in terms of supers. And it means if we say, for example, even with this level of defense, we would be able to tank Fusion Zamasu's AoE for double digits, but we're not going to be eating like huge super attacks from anyone here. I really want to... I mean, I could just do this, I guess. Because if I put Vegito in slot 1, Vegito's killing him, right? We'll see. Vegito's not going to get any support from Fu, so... Yeah, feels like some have been made on the low side deliberately, and then you've got Vegito. That's the thing. When you see what Vegito can do from turn 1, and then you see what, like, Rose can do from when he transforms, it's kind of like, well, why did they hold back on some of the other units? Like, I'm not saying they all had to be on that exact same level of power, but the gap between, like, Vegito and Rose, and then, like, Broly and the Tech Vegito especially, is so big. Like, you literally have, like, you got, like, Vegito, Rose, Fu, and then it's, like, Broly and Vegeta. It's like, why? Crazy. And yeah, now that we're down to one enemy, he didn't get a bunch of additionals or anything like that, so a disappointing turn at the end, sadly, and it's up to our boy Dark King Fu with the type disadvantage, the additional super to get the KO. So, I mean, there you go. Like, I didn't show it at the beginning of the video, but that is Broly Rainbow full level 10 links as well. This, I did mention that it wasn't a 55% showcase, but yeah, that's him at 55%. Sorry, that's him Rainbow link level 10. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's confusing to me. Because it sucks as well, because he's on the actual Heroes team itself. Like, he's one of the better link partners for Rose. But I find myself, if I'm building teams for, like, the really difficult content, I don't want to use him. Like, because he's just not good enough. So, bit disappointing. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. We will do a proper showcase, like keeping him on rotation for this mad lad. We got to see, what, like one turn of him, and he basically outshined the INT BROLY on that one turn. So, we'll do a proper video for him and the other EZA units coming up soon as well. So, let me know your thoughts on Limit Breaker BROLY down below in the comment section. So that's going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.